Hello, Pat Cleary from flipyourfirsthouse.com. We finally made it to the end zone on our Escondido property. I got the seller's closing statement right here, and we ended up making $47,061 on this flip, which is more than I thought we were going to make. But one of the things I'd like to talk to about today is, you know, a lot of times you watch TV shows and they just put up three numbers on the screen there, you know, what they paid for it, what they put into the house, and look at our profit. We sold it at this and we made 70 grand. And they don't tell you all the other adjustments that go into, you know, flipping a property. There's just an amazing array of charges and fees and termite extraction. You can't imagine, you know, taxes, all this stuff. So one of the things that's really valuable, if you have not gone to our website yet and check out the deal analyzer that we have for free on there, it's a very useful tool to use to keep you in check. It puts all the numbers in there so that when you go to offer on a house, you already have an estimated, realistic number for what your profit will be, because all these commissions and fees and taxes are already adjusted for that. So this is one of the things that you should really be aware of when you're offering on a house, that you're not just looking at those three numbers of list price, what you're expecting the repairs to be, and then your ARV, because it's not going to give you a realistic number on what your profit is going to be. And you don't want to be disappointed at the end when you think you did something wrong. So you can go to flipyourfirsthouse.com and get the deal analyzer, and then we'll go over here and take a look at these numbers right now. Okay, here's an overview of some of the fees that get applied to your final statement. This escrow company will send you this paper 24 hours ahead. You, as the seller, have to okay this, all these charges and everything that's on here, you know. And these are just things that, like I was saying earlier, that you want to be aware of on the way in before you buy a piece of property, that you want to, you know, adjust this so that you're not just looking at, here's what I'm paying for the house, here's my ARV, here's my repairs. You gotta, you know, you should add in these holding costs and also these closing. Here I have to pay some taxes. It's not a huge amount of money, but it adds up. You know, you have to pay termite repair. If you don't do it yourself, you always have to pay for the treatment from the termite company. There's commissions in here. One of the things you can do is, you know, the normal fee, people think anyway, is 3% for that agent that's coming in with a buyer. I pay 2%, you know. I'm in charge, I'm a seller. I'm gonna pay, because I'm paying them. So right here, $8,600, that's 2%. I saved $4,300 by doing that. Nobody complained, nobody's mad at me. It's just negotiable. He could have said, no, I don't want that, and I say, fine, next, because I'm in charge, I'm the seller. You have other lawyer's title, it's not a bunch of money. The escrow charges, they're going to charge, you know, 1,000 something. You have, and then my payoff to the hard money loan guy, they get paid first. I have a second here with a loan for the rehab part of it. I actually put no money into this house, my own personal money. I didn't put anything into it, which is great. I bought a couple of tacos and some sandwiches along the way. That's about it. It's a great way to do business because you don't have to have money out of your pocket. I can keep my money to keep my own personal life going. Here's my payout right here. I made $47,061. I'm happy with that. It wasn't a really hard flip at all. I'd love to do more of those if I could get them. But one of the things I want you to be aware of here is pay a real estate agent, a retail agent, to sell your house for you, to represent you when you first start doing this, because these charges, they're negotiable. A lot of this stuff in here, if you don't, you know, you can go on yourself and just do a flat fee listing like I did on this house. It cost me $350. I represented myself because I have the experience and also have a license, but I'm not a broker. So I can negotiate, I can go through this process because I'm trying to keep as much money as I can. But when you first start doing this, you're not going to know all of these rules and unwritten rules and all these different things, and you don't want to give away your power, because a lot of times, you know, you're just kind of like happy to be here type thing. That other agent will totally take advantage of that. They'll go to their escrow company, they'll have you paying for title policies, you're paying for everything, and at the end that adds up to a lot of money. So all this stuff's negotiable. You don't have to be mean about it, but if you have an agent that you're paying from your seller's side, they will be that intermediary between you and the buyer. And they know the rules, and they're going to, every single time there's something that comes up, they're going to email you, call you, and ask you, you know, do you have a certain escrow company in mind? You should have an escrow company in mind, because people that are used to dealing with real estate investors are much easier to deal with. It's just going to make your life easier. And also, you want to negotiate on different fees, you know, that transpire throughout this process, and it just save you money. You know, I'm always willing to negotiate with anybody, but I don't want to sit there and be taken advantage of either, because we put a lot of work into this house. We did all the work, and you know, should be compensated. So I was really happy the way this house turned out. This is the first time I've done a flat fee service on my own, and I like the way that worked out. It's more work, but I don't mind doing it. You know, I always like to learn. I just don't want to pay a bunch of money to learn. And so I would encourage everybody initially to go out and be represented by a real estate agent, because it's just going to be to your benefit. And you learn along the way. And maybe later on you want to do it yourself, you can find a flat fee listing service and do what I did. But either way, I want you to get out there and do it. All right, so here's just an example of a process, Escondido, from start to finish. Go look at the videos, flipyourfirsthouse.com, download that deal analyzer, and get yourself your first flip. All right, talk to you next time.